Hello everyone, welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is actually a behind-the-scenes video of my custom Leviathan sculpture that I'm making for the YouTuber Aki. Hopefully he gets to see this. I seriously hope you enjoy this. I've been following your channel for a very long time. I've just been listening to some music and coming up with some ideas, and here's where I'm at so far. Look at this. That's pretty crazy looking, huh? So basically imagine this is what I have so far of my Hunter Leviathan. As you can see, it has a similar design to the squid shark. You probably saw the same designs, and here, Aki, you want to see something cool? Look at this. There's the squid shark that I made. I still have this. I'm not getting rid of this one. This is a cool sculpture. Look at that. Got all the teeth. How awesome. So you can see some of the similarities with this and the squid shark. And tell you what, if you want to see the final squid shark sculpt, go check out this video right up here. This card. Go check that out. But you can see some of the similarities that I had from the squid shark. You got this similar sort of mouth. The jets, of course, because I had the ideas that I had that this was going to be jetting through the water, and you also have the flat tail. No pectoral fins, though, and no spikes either. This is going to be a much smoother design, and this thing is going to be way bigger. As you can see, I sort of took the design from the chelicerae and put the eyes down low, so that as it's swimming and opening its mouth, it sort of opens its mouth like that, but can still slightly see forward. And considering that this is called the Hunter Leviathan, because this is a Leviathan that literally dives down into the void to hunt for its prey. And this creature would feed on pretty much anything it could get its mouth into. Let me close up the mouth real quick. So you got the mouth sort of right there, and then that closes up, and it becomes very streamlined. And what it does is that, let's say this thing swims on the surface for a minute, and then when it gets ready to dive, it actually bends up like this, and then dives into the water just like that, and then dives straight down just like a free diver. It has these jets to help propel it through the water, but if it feels like it, it can actually use this long fin right here. Very similar to something like the oarfish, or like cone jellies that actually live down in the deep, that actually, they basically wave this back and forth going all the way down in order to propel itself in the water. Now what I also had the idea for is that I was going to put some more detail under here for some bioluminescence, and maybe a bit of bioluminescence right here on the end. And then when this thing opens its mouth, it's going to have a similar, I guess, a similar inner jaw, almost like the pharyngeal jaw, like on the squid shark, but without this many teeth. It's going to be a little more specialized. And instead of using it, opening its mouth and drawing it in that way, it's actually more than likely going to use it as a crusher or a spear to try to harpoon its food. But that is just the kind of ideas that I had, and this is my custom designed Leviathan for you, Aki. I hope you like this, man. I hope you get to see this video, and I hope you check out some of the other videos on my channel and anybody else who's viewing. I've made a bunch of these Subnautica sculptures already, and this is where I'm at so far. So remember, if the video by this point, so you seeing this, the video is already out. So definitely go check it out. And I sincerely hope that at this point the video is already out, but I sincerely hope that you enjoyed the sculpture. This thing was a lot of fun to design, because it's sort of grounded in the idea of Subnautica, but it's also sort of new and has a couple of different features. So with that, this is the behind the scenes of my Hunter Leviathan. And you know what? Here, I'm gonna make this video a little longer. I'm gonna try to come up with an idea. What should I do for the appendage that goes inside of its mouth? Because it has the sort of mouth of a whale. It's almost like a whale, but it's not gonna be a filter feeder. Oh no, this thing is gonna be a hunter. I mean, I could imagine something like a harpoon, or like something that spears and then grabs. That's kind of the idea. Like imagine a mouth, if you will. Like let me see if I can come up with this real quick. So imagine a mouth that has this sort of, like, think of it almost like a chameleon, how it has that tongue that has that fat end on it, that when it springs out, it grabs and then pulls the bug or whatever it's trying to eat. It pulls it into its tongue and then draws it into its mouth. That's kind of the idea that I had. And this would be used, essentially, you could attack the sea moth. You could attack the Cyclops, but not maybe swallow it whole. Now with this creature, this creature's big enough, it would swallow the sea moth in one shot. That wouldn't even be hard. I'm trying to figure out how big this creature would be compared to a sea moth. I mean, this thing would be about the size of a Reaper, maybe a little bit bigger, not necessarily longer, but certainly bigger. And yeah, this would be cool. So kind of like this, but then imagine if it had sort of squid shark-like teeth. So this would be its actual entrance to its throat. So it would grab its food. And then it would sort of have, let's see here. Oh, I just got a notification. Leonhart's got a new video. Hey! Oh, he just opened up his new Pokemon card shop. That's cool. Sorry, I got notifications on my computer next to me here. Yeah, and for those of you who are the first time you're viewing my channel, welcome to Make Your Mind. This is my sort of conceptual and also sort of showcasing sculpture video, I guess. So yeah, so you see, basically it has a jaw that kind of comes out, grabs its prey, and then kind of pulls it back in. So let's see here. So if I were to open the mouth like that, and then the mouth, of course, it wouldn't have quite as many sort of jaw parts as the squid shark, but it would be a lot more specialized. So let's put that right in here, and then it would sort of look like that. Oh my gosh, that actually looks kind of cool. So that would open up like this. Oh my gosh, that actually looks really cool. So as it's coming at you, it grabs your sea moth. So because I made this on an earlier sculpt, I have this, the little sea moth I put on a stick, so it would grab your sea moth like this and basically swallow your sea moth whole and then continue to jet and swim along. And this would also be a creature that would not only hunt down, and swallow creatures whole, but it would also attack. Ooh, it almost has a mouth kind of like the Gulper in a way. But this would be a creature that would also have the ability to basically ram and also attack. But that actually gives me an idea, because with the squid shark, what a lot of people don't know, in the game, you see these? These are electrical tentacles that when these things gang up on something bigger, it can then shock and stun larger predators with these tentacles. Is there any way that I could integrate that into this? That would be interesting. Like imagine, for instance, if I had an organ sort of underneath of here, that if this creature were to rub up against another larger creature, that it would then get shocked. I guess I could do something like a thing on the front, or even like an organ that kind of attaches to the side here along the jets. That's an idea. But of course, I love where the eye's located. Man, that actually looks... that looks pretty amazing, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, that is my idea so far for the Hunter Leviathan. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I certainly am, coming up with a new idea, a concept for these Leviathans. And I have to admit, thank you, Aki, for finding out the website Fiverr. I've never heard of the website Fiverr before. I'm an artist, and I would more than gladly pay to make custom designs and sculptures for people. So that I may be making a Fiverr account sometime here in the future. I need to look into it first. Still don't quite know exactly how that works, but Wow, that would be pretty crazy if that thing just came at you and grabbed you. And it would basically be like a chameleon's tongue that essentially it would be down inside of its mouth and then it would come out like that. That'd be pretty crazy, just wow, like that. But this creature would also be huge, by the way. Like here's the size of it, and then there's your sea moth. This thing would be very small. The eye is nearly as big as the person inside of it. So this thing would be very huge, just to give you some size scale. But I'll be doing some more details and stuff once I finish the sculpt, and that video will already be out by now. And I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed. So that was a little behind the scenes of the Hunter Leviathan and the sort of ideas that I had. I kind of got the idea as a mix of the squid shark, the chameleon, and also the xenomorph, the alien, with a sort of pharyngeal jaw, or like an eel. And then it also has the same ideas of sort of like a sperm whale, or something like or like the oarfish, which has this fin that goes all the way down that kind of that's wavy. That would essentially kind of look, if I did this real quick. So essentially like a wavy fin like that. So the thing would be swimming around, and it would be basically using this as a sort of guide. And this thing would also be able to swim completely backwards too, just like the oarfish does. So if it grabbed something down low, then it could, and it would swim backwards. I think this would be a really cool idea. So Aki, I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next behind the scenes sculpture video.